honestly, it was never, look, no matter what we intend, the players will always find ways to change things up, no matter how we intend it. Were Great Ones ever intended to be, grinded out? No.
Please subscribe. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Just a quick recap today on the EW stream that just finished. Pretty interesting stuff. We got to see all the variations of the Great One Tahr. We got a little new information that we didn't have before. I'm going to go over everything, give you guys a quick summary, as well as show little bits and pieces from the stream in the background. But first things first, a couple things I want to talk about. Obviously, one of the big questions that we have had about these Himalayan Tahr and their Great Ones is whether or not they're going to have drink zones. It turns out they will not have drink zones as expected. I was pretty sure these things would be just up in the mountains without drink zones. A lot of people think that, oh, well, they won't be able to be grinded then. You'll have to just get them hunting. Guys, that's not exactly the case here. The grinders will still be able to set up at the zones, at the rest zones or the feed zones. They'll still be able to find those zones and set up their tents and tripods, right? You will still be able to farm their respawns to get the Great Ones. And it turns out that that will probably be the only way that you will still be able to get a Great One in the game. It doesn't sound like, from what Jaxie said in the stream, that you will be able to get one as an initial spawn. So unfortunately, just from hunting, you will not be able to get one of these things. You will have to farm the respawns. You will not get a Great One Tahr while it's coming out of the brush or while it's camoed into the snowy mountains in the game. That's not how these things are going to be found. You will find it at your zone in its herd, up on your tripod, outside of your tent, at the zone that you've already been to hundreds, if not thousands of times. It's unfortunate. It sounded really cool when Jaxie was talking about seeing one of these really cool new Great Ones coming out of the brush and kind of camoed into the snow. Unfortunately, that's just not going to be the way that people are finding these things. You will still have to farm your respawns until one spawns at one of your zones. And like I said, there were commenters in the stream asking if there will be initial spawns, if you will be able to get one of these without having to spawn it onto your map as a respawn. And just from what Jaxie said, he made it sound like nothing is changing in that regard, which means that they still will not be able to be initial spawns, which is super, super unfortunate. So let's go over the variations. I was a little bit confused as far as what is going to be rare, what is going to be uncommon, and also what is going to be a Great One. We don't know if that dark red is actually meant to be a Great One or if that's just an uncommon. As far as the uncommons and rares, we've got the white. I believe that was said to be a uncommon. We've got the albino as a rare, and then the black. He showed the black at the end of the stream, and I was completely unclear as to whether or not that is uncommon or if that's actually going to be a rare. I wasn't able to pick up on what those are going to be. As far as the Great One variations that are confirmed, we've got the gold, we've got the fabled gray, the fabled latte, the fabled half, the fabled snow, the fabled scars, and the fabled skull. 7 variations, maybe 8 if that dark red is a Great One. To me, it didn't look like a Great One at all. I imagine that's probably an uncommon, and that will be fixed before the full release. They looked really cool, man. I thought they looked really cool. The latte really stuck out to me. The half looked like a two-tone moose. The snow looked pretty cool. The scars one was pretty cool, quite a bit cooler than I thought it was. It looks kind of reminds me of the ashen moose, but it's got more scars on it than just the one on the face. It looks pretty cool. It looks like it got into a fight with a tiger maybe and survived. The skull one is pretty neat. Kind of reminds me of the glacier black bear with the white face on it and that. Pretty cool. I didn't see any variation in the horns. I think they all had the same horns, which is kind of a little bit unfortunate. I think it would have been cool to have some variations on the horns, not just the fur itself. But yeah, I think they looked pretty cool. I wish that you could just go out hunting and play the game the way that I like to play the game, which is just to hunt my own map for a while and then jump into multiplayer and have the opportunity to hunt other maps and kind of feel like you're on a fresh reserve and not know, what you're expecting. That's how I like to play the game. And it would be really cool if, there was the possibility that you can come upon a Great One playing that way. I felt that way for a long time, but with these Tahr, I definitely don't want to go and set up a grind and do that on the new map when it comes out. I want to hunt it and explore and try hunting the tigers, see if we can find some snow leopards. It would be cool to know that, there's a chance that you could actually come upon one of these Tahr up in the mountains without having to, set up your tents and your tripods and go from zone to zone to zone to zone, shooting, shooting over and over the same animals until one respawns. But it is what it is. As far as the weight, 147 to 180 kilos is the weight for the new Great One. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to go over everything that I took from the stream and kind of share it with you guys, share my thoughts and feelings. Some interesting things were said about grinding and how it was never intended to be in the game. I've been saying that for a long time. I've taken a lot of grief from saying that, but grinding was never intended. And if grinding was never intended, then HM sure as heck wasn't ever intended to be how the game is meant to be played. Hopefully moving forward, we can maybe get great ones that can just be hunted and just be found as an initial spawn anytime that you're just kind of out exploring and hunting. I think that would be really exciting. I would be a lot more excited from these streams if I knew that I could get one just from hunting. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, guys. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. What was your favorite one? Will you be grinding, or are you just gonna kind of hunt the map, maybe do the missions? I think I am gonna do the missions on this one. It sounds like they're really interesting, and there's some backstory with the tigers and some lore. So I think we're gonna do that. Let me know if that's something that you guys want to see, maybe in the stream on the 18th on release day. I'm going to be doing a long stream on release day with you guys. We can all get our first taste of the map together, and maybe we can start the missions and get some of the missions done. If you guys want to see that, let me know down below. But thanks for watching. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. It helps a ton. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Lots of really awesome content to come for you guys with this new map and this new update. Super excited for it. Have a great day. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.